I'm Greg Jarrett, and you are in the strategy room. There are new allegations developing against the Secret Service. A high-ranking supervisor has been placed on administrative leave last week after being accused of sexually assaulting a female employee after hours at agency headquarters. This, of course, has critics once again saying it's time to potentially revamp the agency. Here now with reaction are political strategists Tony Sayegh and David Mercer. Gentlemen, welcome. David, I looked up all of the transgressions in the last 10 years by the Secret Service, and there's a long list. I can't even take the time to go through it, but this is yet another one. What's your reaction to it?
My reaction is they have to get the house in order. There's been change in leadership, as we know, and this last transgression by one of their senior employees, as you alluded to, has to be addressed, thoroughly investigated, and dealt with handedly so that the message goes out that this cannot be tolerated, especially in the sense of what the Secret Service are charged with doing, and that is on security of the president and the U.S. And so we've got to address it, and hopefully we don't see anything else added in the coming months and years to that long list that you had alluded to earlier.
You know, Tony, every time one of these transgressions or embarrassing events happen, the Secret Service, the director of the Secret Service says, we're going to clean house and we're going to fix it. Well, it ain't fixed, is it?
No, and Greg, you alluded to in the beginning, I mean, if you just took the last 4 years and reviewed the kind of transgressions that have occurred in this agency, it really is shocking and it's troubling. And by the way, it's really a bipartisan issue. You know, when you saw the hearings of the Government Oversight Committee in the House several weeks ago, questioning the director of the Secret Service for the incident before this, where someone after a party crashed their actual vehicle into a barricade at the White House, and they were grilling him about this missing videotape. This was bipartisan. You never for a second thought that any one of those Congress people were on a different page, because it is, again, an agency that represents the greatness and the most premier status of safety and security and standards in our country. So that's why I think it galvanizes us, and really is sad to see these kind of things happening.
You know, David, okay, I'll just name a few off the top of the list. 2014, 3 agents sent home from the Netherlands after getting drunk the night before the president arrives. The year before that, 2 agents sending sexually inappropriate emails to a colleague. The year before that, soliciting prostitutes. You know, it goes back, stealing $3,000 in cash. The list goes on and on and on. Maybe the Secret Service ought to be, you know, split up, put into another agency and division. I mean, it was Treasury and then Homeland Security. I mean, something has to be done in a real serious way, doesn't it?
Well, it does. I would say, though, that what you're speaking to is a culture from the acts that you just mentioned, a culture and a mindset. And, you know, to split that up and put it in other agencies for it to germinate there, I'm not sure we wouldn't see a reemergence of it. So I think you got to strike at the core of it being the culture that seems to be taking root there, and they've got to put a stricter hold on that culture taking hold.
How do you change a culture that's endemic, apparently for, according to this list, a very, very long time, and it goes back 2 decades?
You know,
I think you have zero tolerance for those types of actions.
Right, Tony?
I think they do. I think they do have zero tolerance. The problem is these things occur. So and the gentleman who was actually getting in trouble based on this was the one who they were celebrating his promotion to head the Louisville office down in Kentucky. So it's kind of ironic in that respect. You know, it's funny because I think with a lot of these scandals in this administration, particularly the IRS, the whole ATF, a lot of the different kind of transgressions that we've seen across the board, the Attorney General's office, for sure, I think you could trace it back to the White House and their culture of corruption potentially, certainly hiding things, lack of transparency. With sexual indiscretions in the Secret Service, it would certainly be something that you would expect from the Clinton White House.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you expected that from the Obama White House, so I'm not really even sure
David,
how you
real
begin
quick.
to address
I just
this.
say that's pure speculation and trying to move it over to the White House. Let's focus on Secret Service agency and getting that house in order as it relates to the culture that may be existing at this current point.
Tony and David, good to see you. Thanks very much.
Good to be with you.
Thanks, Greg.
Check out foxnews.com for more on this developing story. I'm Greg Jarrett. Thanks for watching.